Hey YouTube, Nhoey here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you to all who tuned into my first video. Your support has meant a lot to me and I'm super excited to keep this going. Today I have a question to ask you. How many times have you self-sabotaged yourself because things weren't going as perfectly as you were expecting? Maybe you were excited about a project you started, but stopped because you didn't feel the quality measured up to your expectations. I know I've done it more times than I can count, but today I want to talk about why that tendency to strive for perfection often holds us back from moving forward. And even though this is only the second video on this channel, and maybe I'm speaking too soon, I'm already really proud of myself for actually going through with it and uploading content. For years, I let perfectionism hold me back from creating, and today I want to talk about precisely that, how perfectionism is often nothing but a trap. I've started making content a lot of times in my life. I really do feel like I'm a content creator at heart. I made videos when I was 14. At 17, I tried again. And then at 21, I tried once more. But each time, I ended up quitting. Part of it was life getting in the way, as we touched on briefly in my last video. But there's another reason that always held me back as well, and I didn't realize it until now, in my mid-20s. I'm a perfectionist. I have always been. And what that means is I'm constantly chasing an idea of what something should be. And if it's not up to that standard, I start doubting myself and I think, what's the point? You might have felt this way too, at some point in your life. I think we've all been there, actually, where we start something with excitement, only to quit. It's a cycle that's easy to fall into. You deleted that draft, you stopped that recording, you dropped that video game. But here's the thing, perfectionism is counterproductive. Think about it for just a second. How many things in your life have you gotten perfect the first time you've tried? I wasn't a diamond the first time I played Rocket League, like I am now at 500 hours in the game. I was a bronze or a silver at best, and I will probably continue to get better. My first relationship was kind of toxic. First time driving, I needed lessons. First time going to the gym, I couldn't lift any weight to save my life. But somehow I failed to realize that my first attempts at making content were not gonna be good either. My first videos were really bad and they were messy, unpolished, and honestly, I should have known to accept it, but I didn't. When I first started making content, I was so fixated on getting everything perfect. The audio, the video quality, the editing. But the reality is, perfection isn't about getting everything right the first time. It's about learning from each attempt, improving bit by bit. The more you try, the more you improve. And that's what progress is. That is why perfectionism is counterproductive. It doesn't drive progress and growth. It hinders them. One of the reasons you're even watching this video at all right now is because I have decided to let go of the need for perfection. Let me give you an example. I have a laptop, not even a PC, and I'm recording at 720p because that's all my current setup allows. In the past, I would have seen this as a barrier. If I couldn't create videos of at least 180p, then I shouldn't create at all. Now, when I look back at this thought, I am tempted to think, that sounds so stupid. But I have also learned to reframe how I think about myself. I was not stupid for thinking that. I was simply trapped by my own fear of imperfection, thinking that anything less than perfect wasn't good enough. It has always been a dream of mine to have a YouTube channel. And if I don't let go of that need for perfection, I'm just going to hold myself back. Everyone has to go through that awkward, imperfect phase. True progress is not found in flawless execution, but in the courage to create something, even when conditions aren't ideal. That is what I would say to a friend that comes to me for advice if they're struggling with this. So why not say the same thing to myself as well and believe it? Your best doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be your best. And that's more than enough. All of this is the reason why I'm so proud of myself, even though, as I said earlier, this is only my second video on this channel. I am finally able to just create without stressing over every little thing. For me, it's about making something that I am proud of, regardless of its flaws. Because at the end of the day, the process is what matters the most. I would love for you to be a part of this process, this journey with me. If you find this video helpful, consider subscribing and hitting the like button so we can continue growing together. If you're struggling with perfectionism, I want my own lessons that I learned to be your takeaway from this video. You don't need to get everything right to make something meaningful. Just start. Just keep going. Every step forward, no matter how imperfect, is still a step. Let yourself be imperfect, because that is where the real growth happens. If you have anything to add, or you simply want to tell your own story with perfectionism, or just not thinking you were good enough, I would love to read your comment.